You are one paycheck away from being homeless. In the UK, 39% of people have less than £1,000 in savings. A further 16% have no savings at all. One unexpected bill, one rent hike, one missed paycheck, and everything unravels. I know this, not from research, but from experience. I was 16. It was winter. I had just enrolled to start college and ready to begin a new chapter in my life, full of hope and full of dreams. But then, everything changed. After a series of blazing row with my aunt, I was kicked out onto the street with nothing but my phone and the clothes on my back. You see, I grew up in Nigeria, and life there was structured and sheltered. But now, I had no home, no food, no clean clothes, and no one to turn to. For 9 agonizing months, I was unsettled. I flipped between police stations to shopping centers, and at one point, hiding under a friend's bed. I was ashamed of being homeless. I did everything to mask what was really going on. And also, I was a teenager, and that kind of label would have been social suicide. One particular day, I ran out of options. No place to sleep, no strength left. The emotions were overwhelming. The pain was unbearable. And I thought to myself, I'll end my life. That's how much I wanted the noise in my head to be quiet. That's how much I believed no one would notice if I disappear. And the saddest part, no one would know me, know my story, or know how hard I was fighting to stay alive. But even in that darkness, in that silence, in that shame, something inside of me hoped. Hoped there was more to my life than that moment. Hoped that someone somewhere would see me and help me. The help eventually came, not from a grand gesture, but from someone who saw me. Someone who listened and saw past what I looked like and asked me what I needed. And that changed everything. Because the truth is, it's not just a lack of roof that breaks people, it's being unseen. It's being offered help by systems that never ask, what do you need? Homelessness will not be solved for people. It will be solved with them. I'll never forget a lady I met at the hostel. She had been through so much, but when someone new came in, scared and helpless, she was the first one to welcome them. She didn't need any training. She had lived it. That's leadership. That's lived experience. That's who should be shaping the system. Imagine a homelessness support policy co-designed by someone who slept rough, where the application forms doesn't just ask, why can't you stay with friends and family? But instead, they ask, what do you need to feel safe and supported today? Imagine a world where lived experience is seen as an asset, not a liability, where policy isn't something done to people, but is built with them. Imagine you are not just a case number, you're a person with a name and a say. When I look back at 16-year-old Cynthia, scared, lost, unseen, I don't feel pity. I feel pride. Because in the grip of fear, she held on to a fiercest weapon, hope. Not the kind of hope that whispers, the kind that fights. Radical hope. Rebellious hope. The belief that things could change is what kept me going and is what keeps me speaking. Years later, I created a space for women like me. What started off as a small healing circle of women sharing their stories soon became a growing community, rooted in sisterhood, visibility, and belief. We have now supported over 200 women through a sister circle, movement workshops, and talks across London. We don't just talk about our pain, we turn it into power. We hold space for women to be seen, to be heard, and to be held. That's how we're going to rewrite the system. One story, one circle, one sister at a time. Homelessness isn't just about being without a home. It's the absence of safety. It's the stripping away of dignity. It's the silence of the world that walks past you without meeting your eyes and acknowledging your worth. What I've learned since then is this: you can't fix what you don't understand. You can't support people you haven't listened to. And you can't create change from the top down. The real answers are on ground. They are with the people who lived it and the people still living it. And yet, we push them to the sidelines, and that has to change. We need actions. We need accountability. We need other organizations to stop seeing lived experience as moving and seeing it as mastery. If you work in policy, bring in people who have lived it. If you run services, ask, how can you make it better? And if you're building solutions, co-create them. And if you don't know where to start with listening. Today, I speak with strength, but I didn't get here alone. I got here because despite everything, someone eventually saw me and heard me. And eventually, I built a platform for others to be seen and heard. That's what happens when pain becomes purpose and community becomes a catalyst. Homelessness will not be solved for people. It will be solved with them. So let's stop fixing people and start fixing systems. Because people are not broken, but the system that's overdue for repair. Thank you.